Hello everyone, Coasters and Places here. Welcome back, or welcome if you've never seen one of my videos. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the racer at Kings Island, which this is just going to be an in-depth review of the coaster and just info, facts about it, and my opinion of it. So you may not completely agree with my opinion, may not agree at all, but my opinion is mine, just like yours is yours. So yeah, we all have one. But anyway, starting with some facts about the racer. The racer opened at Kings Island in 1972. And it opened with the park and is one of the few coasters that, or rides in general, that were still, they're still there, that was open when Kings Island first opened back in 1972. So, it was designed by John A. Miller of the Philadelphia Toboggan Coasters Company, which this was one of the last few that PTC actually did build. They stopped building roller coasters in 1979, I do believe. But this coaster was opened in 1972 at a cost of $1.2 million. So it's a wooden racing roller coaster is what it is, and both tracks are out and back, and they're both identical, same stats, same length, same speed, same duration. And the two tracks and trains, you'll race the other train, which gives it like a fun aspect to it. In general stats is the height is 88 feet with a drop of 82.17 feet, 3,415 feet long, 53 miles an hour, with a total ride duration of about 2 minutes. And because it has two sides, it can get in a capacity of 2,640 riders per hour. Like, this coaster is a high capacity machine, which does benefit, especially like during the really crowded events at Kings Island, like Winterfest. Well, not really Winterfest, even though it is one of the only coasters now that's going to be open at Winterfest. But Halloween Haunt, yeah, it's one of the lowest wait times of any coaster, and it's because, well, the high capacity that the racer does have. And also, this coaster was featured on an episode of The Brady Bunch in 1973. I think that's a pretty fun fact. And it's often recognized for playing a vital role in the roller coaster renaissance of the 1970s. Like, basically made coasters popular again. And then that's when some records started being broken. So yeah. So both sides of the track raced forward until 1982, when the trains on the right track were reversed to ride backwards. And the right track, I believe, is the red track. And the left track is now the blue train track. However, it was switched in 2008 for the right track to go forward again. Kind of wish they would occasionally bring back the reverse racing track just to give a little bit more fun and excitement, maybe for a special event like Winterfest. It'd be a great opportunity to revive that. And I just think it'd be fun. Also, I never got to ride this when it had the rear track facing. So, at least I could get to ride it with the rear facing the train. So, this coaster, in my opinion, is just a fun coaster. Like, the racing aspect is a lot of fun. And you literally have the same track and you get to race alongside your friends, see who wins. If they're on the opposite train, ton of fun there. And this coaster also does have many great moments of genuinely good airtime. Like, honestly, with so many coasters nowadays not really having an airtime focus, is at least nice to see that this one does, even though this coaster is over 50 years old now. Some genuinely really good airtime throughout. Like, there are moments where you're coming up out of your seat for sure. And they have done great, the park has, at just maintaining this coaster. It's been retracked several times. It's had track being replaced and refurbished. And then it recently got repainted for the park's 50th anniversary, and the paint still looks great and it's really beautiful and adds to the aesthetic of the ride for sure. So the tracks do split apart before that big turnaround, which is kind of unique for racing coasters. Like if you ride Gemini at Cedar Point, it's not like that. You're with the other train like the whole time. But no, it actually does kind of split apart, which is unique, definitely. And just adds another fun aspect to the ride. There was a couple seasons that I feel like this ride rode rough. This coaster did. However, that's honestly, it's been a while back. It has been riding smooth ever since when it did ride rough. It was a coaster that I'd only ride in the front and only ride once per trip. But now, I love to ride this thing like a couple times when I'm in the park. Because I just have fun with it and I love the airtime. It's not the longest coaster and it's not an impressive stat monster or anything. But it's just a good, solid coaster. And it's a good coaster maybe for first-time coaster riders that have done the kiddie coasters but want something to step up. I think the Racer would be a good choice for that, honestly. Because it doesn't have any stats that are too crazy intense for beginner riders. But yet, more experienced veteran riders are still going to like this ride. Like I do. This coaster was also inspired designs in other roller coasters, such as Racer 75 at King's Dominion and the now defunct Thunder Road at Carowinds. So yeah, it started like a renaissance almost of roller coasters, and just inspired a couple other coasters as well. And honestly, you could argue that it inspired Gemini, because that was also in the 70s, Gemini was. So yeah. In a park like Kings Island with a lot of great coasters and a lot of wooden coasters in general, you'd think this one would get overlooked or just wouldn't be that good, but that's not the case. I think this is a great coaster and a great ride. And next time you go to Kings Island, if you haven't, give this one a ride. And it's still pretty popular today as well, and it's not as rough as you would expect for it being this old. Honestly, I didn't find it rough at all on my most recent rides. So yeah, that's the Racer at Kings Island. Hope you found this review interesting. Let me know what you think about the Racer in the comments down below. And I'll see you in the next video.